Hello everybody! Welcome to the stream. It's been a few days. I hope you are all doing well. Fantastic even. I'm going to turn this down. I believe I am yelling. Today I don't exactly have a game to play, but I want to talk about the 10 games and honorable mentions. I'm not really giving this... I'm gonna get ahead of myself a million times here. Is Ranking Stream got a friggin' sponsorship? Yeah, Bawls love me, and I love Bawls. Thank you for our sponsor, Bawls. Drink Bawls. It's on a 5-second cooldown. You gotta be drinking Bawls every 5 seconds. Hey, thank you all for being here. Now what I want to say before this next song starts is this has been written down. Like, I wrote this all out a while ago. I might read a little bit of what I wrote down, but I will probably be winging it a lot. I thought it'd also be pretty fun to, if I have them, look at clips of the games that I am talking about. I'm not going to go look for the VODs, really, because I don't really know how I would find, like, the good parts of the VODs for some of this. And there will be honorable mentions. I also thought about playing music from the, like, games that I'm doing, but the first one is Astlibra, so I don't really want to. So we're just gonna play whatever the fuck. I hope you are all doing well. This will be this was kind of last minute. So I set up some stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Also, I wanted to just immediately. My brother got me this sick fucking sweater. In case you were curious. It looks pretty, it's very comfy. But yeah, I hope you all had a great Christmas, a great New Year. I know that I streamed on New Year's or something like that, but I was drunk, so, you know, it's good to be back. I'll also say I haven't had, I haven't taken my Adderall in a few days because I've been just, like, drinking. So it's hitting me weird right now. You got a vacuum and socks and dude, bro, the first time I'll ever show my feet on stream, boom, fucking Smart Wool socks, baby, let's go, huge Smart Wool sock fan. Can I get this shit off my chair? Water bottles are... All right. This is going to be written down a little bit. It's going to be a lot of improv. We can just talk it out. Number 10, and these aren't... Okay, so per what Smith said earlier, these are kind of ordered. I'm not a big ordered guy in general. Astlibra, and I'm going to get to that in a second as well, because yes, Astlibra was 2022. However, I was literally playing it up to New Year's. I think I beat the game December 30th. I'm counting it purely because I played it for 80 hours. All right, that's number one on this. All right, I know that I played it 2022. I don't give a fucking hoot. All right, I didn't talk about it last year, so I'm talking about it this year. You know what? Yeah, I had a lot to talk about with it too. So, dude, I wrote so much and I just don't remember what it is, but we're just gonna see. I hate reading what I write, is crazy. We're talking about Astlibra. Astlibra is a fucking absurd game. I don't care if it came out in 2002. It stuck with me throughout 2023, and that's why I put it down. Because also, for what it's worth, DLC is coming out for it this year, like in February. So I'm playing it this year too. Drink balls. Yeah, there's gonna be DLC about the girl. There was that girl who was like kind of like you that you could save near the end of the game, which was like 60 hours in. And it's gonna be about her. Astlibra is fucking insane. It looks like the Battle Pass. It's fucking JPEGs of ladybugs and caterpillars, and you're a stock RPG Maker character, and it's fucking insane. Yes, I'm actually sponsored by Bawls. Drink balls. It costs $54 to get a 24-pack of 10-ounce bottles to the United States, plus $30 shipping. Just your entire screen being swarmed by PNGs. Exactly. It's fucking insane how it looks. And I'll talk about this later with another game, and you could probably guess based off of what I'm about to say. It is incredible what the human mind can get used to with these games, with any game, with anything. In fact, it's insane what you can get used to, because by 20 hours in, I was the craziest part about Astlibra 20 hours in was the fucking dialogue. Like, genuinely, just the dialogue was the most absurd part. I couldn't get past that. Fucking, you had this like Monster Cat dubstep playing in the background, but like, what was so crazy about it, and why I'm still thinking about it, why I'm going to buy the DLC, is because that gameplay loop was so fucking good, man. It was like the grossest feeling game, the grossest, like, every hit had hit stun on it. Every hit paused your game a little bit, and you were hitting things every single time, like every frame, but the fact that you could level up every single weapon, shield, armor, and trinket in the game back to back, like, and they each gave you like this item or like this reward or upgrade that you could choose to use, just like culminated into the experience that I could not stop playing because I have an addled ADHD brain that just craves like that feeling, you know? It was so good for just the gameplay alone. You just walk around, you're collecting a shitload of materials, you're making cakes. The whole like the whole scale thing was actually kind of fun to deal with, you know? Was the original release of the game a solo project, was a small team? From my knowledge, it was a solo project by a guy who probably started when he was like 14 or 15. A browser game. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I need it to be quieter so I don't yell. I'm going to click on this link. I probably have it pulled up. I'll be honest. That's great. I do have this one pulled up. I do. So let's, you know what, while we're, yeah, that's actually a great, I wasn't sure when to do this, so we'll do it now. Boom. Boom. We're just gonna look at some, there's not too many clips of Astlibra, but here's one of them. Skipping all this. To fucking wait, you just wiggle. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. That's great. So good. Skipping all this. For what it's worth, while I'm thinking about it, the dialogue may have sucked. The story may have been awful by the end of it. But you gotta give them props. That is the fastest fast-forward function in any video game ever. They knew that people were not going to like it. All right. Here's one, the classic. This is what really hooked me into this game and realizing I was playing something that I had never seen or understood before. Oh, fuck me. I'm dead. What the fuck? You can't... Dude. It's just like a Windows background. Oh my god. Shit, man. Oh, that's funnier than anything else it could have been. Just like it's crazy how serious I was because I hadn't died the entire time. And I was leveling up and all this, and I was like trying so hard because I was playing on a harder difficulty because you could only lower the difficulty down. And it was like, okay, this is really weird, but it's like fun. And then you get this, and it's literally, I think Monkeries literally found like the photo on some fucking stock photo website afterwards. So fucking funny. Oh, and this is the end of the game. All right, so keep this in mind. It's the kind of photo my aunt uses on Facebook. Keep this in mind. This game, I spent 25 days playing this game, 26 days, and then I played some offline because I tried to get all the achievements. So like this is the end of the game. All right, not that it's a spoiler or anything, but just understand that the person that you just saw, right here, the person, this smile. Hang on, come back. Come on, don't owe me like this. Wait for it. This guy right here, he turned into this. Hear how crazy this fucking this game is? This is actually an AI who learned how to love and created a body for herself in the past because her AI brain was actually programmed to go into the past to create demons to kill off the human population so that the overpopulation of the future, which is the present for her technically, or it, I don't know, man, all of that just so she can kill off it of demons. Yeah, sounds, hear how crazy. That's what like the average Kingdom Hearts player sounds like. What's up with the pedals on my cam? I typed in gaming on giftcities.org. Actually, sorry, I typed in anime on giftcities.org and that popped up. And I went, well, I can't really use the snow one anymore, so I might as well use the Sakura petals, whatever they are, cherry blossom petals. Why not? I got one coming up for Valentine's Day too. It's a bunch of hearts floating up. Sakura, thank you. And then this is I think the last one. Hang on. Yeah, this is the last one right here. This is really like his enjoyment of the game gone at this point. This was like
seems good, makes sense. That was the whole boss fight. Fuck off.
What's really funny is that I can tell you exactly what's going on here. I'm using a trinket. So in the game, every single item in the game can be every single weapon, armor, shield, trinket in the game can be leveled. When you level it, it maxes out and it has a passive on it. That passive is then given to you as the reward, and you can then it's free if you use it on the weapon, but you can also earn gems that will let you you can use those gems to turn on those passives and use them. So you earn more gems by leveling up things, and then you can use those gems to have more passives active at the same time. Every single skill has a different amount of gems that it costs to use. It sounds more convoluted than it is. Berserk is one that gives you, like, I believe it makes you get one shot. It just one shots you if you get hit. but it gives you like ×5 damage. And then there's another passive that lets you take 1 hit without getting hit. So in general, you can go through most of the game once you get those by just ransacking everything, glass cannon as fuck, just kill everything as fast as you can. And also you can turn off the passives whenever you want. So in general, what you can do is just, if you think you're about to get hit, turn off Berserk, turn it back on immediately after, etc. What happened there was I was getting petrified and I couldn't pause the game, and then I was getting hit and I was dying. But I had Mokken dolls, which let you revive once if you use them, and it's only at the end of the game right there where you're able to like farm buy them. You can just purchase 1,000,000 of them. Anyway, I'm going to try to, let me see if there's anything else here reading. You would not believe how good, blah, blah, blah. Okay, permanently grant you some, it's fucking crazy how fueled, it's fucking crazy how fueled by arbitrary rewards I am, but I am. This game's gameplay loop is basically a side-scrolling ARPG. I spent 80 fucking hours playing this. I had my complaints, of course, primarily the story and dialogue. It's painfully obvious it was written by and created by one person. A lot of jokes end up just being, whoa, she's a girl and she's got tits. But I will say that I will never forget the one line of dialogue that really stuck with me, and you might know this one, where in the post-game chapter, I don't even remember why, your character is sleeping when the girl character tries to wake you up and literally says, if you don't get up, I'm going to sit on your face and fart. Like, every tit and ass reference prior to this, I went, yeah, alright man, whatever. But that line right there really sealed the deal on me reading any amount of dialogue the game had. My one major takeaway from Astlibra is despite how it looks and sounds, 20 hours in it doesn't faze me anymore. It's absolutely crazy what the human mind can adapt to. I was killing stock images of baby penguins and acting like it was a normal thing. Crazy stuff. Anyway, this game drip-fed me one of the very few video game systems I get unironically addicted to, and as a result, I had a great time playing the game. What a fucking game, though. Really. And that's what I had written down for Astlibra. Next up on the list. That was all the clips, I believe, of Astlibra, by the way. Don't expect all these games to have clips, by the way, just because... sometimes I just don't do anything interesting. Next up on the list, let me see if I can do this correctly. Boom. Tyko's Dying Together. Now this is one that I have nothing, I have no clips for. It was a one-shot game, except it's in like 3 parts because my internet kept dying. Tyko's Dying Together is a Doom WAD made by the same person who made Suburban Basketball, another Doom WAD. Suburban Basketball actually was in the nominations for Best Doom WAD on ModDB, I believe, this last year, 2023. But Tyko's Dying Together came out very, very recently, and I fucking loved it. I have to change the song, I'm sorry. It's going to distract the shit out of me. It's a short Doom WAD, and in years past, I'm just going to read this first and foremost. I think I'll try to do that. This is very winged, but I'm going to try reading what I've written and then try to discuss it after, if that's chill. You were saying about getting used to the visuals? No, the visuals of Astlibra, what I was getting used to. Actually, I didn't play it. The game I was talking about, I didn't play on stream, so that's going to be funny because I don't have anything to show for it except for an image. But, yeah. So let me try reading it. I don't know how to do this properly, because I had all this written down, but yeah. Tyko's Dying Together. It's a somewhat short Doom WAD with no shooting, which is obviously kind of strange nowadays, I feel like. There's a lot of Doom WADs these days with, like, you know, that try to push everything to the limit, but you don't get a lot that are like just trying to flow on vibes, you know. In years past, I would spend many hours scouring itch.io for anything interesting that wasn't a horror game, which, believe me, it's hard to dodge all the horror games on itch. But what I would often find were these neat little art games where there was like a certain idea present, and the game was almost like a test run of that idea. These kinds of games were always fun to play through, enjoy the visuals and atmosphere they created, and just vibe to what somebody had made. I actually talked about this recently with Space Funeral, where it's just really cool to play like a short work that somebody's just made, and it feels very personal. Yeah, it's a really beautiful thing to get to experience what someone else has created, their thoughts and visions playable through my computer screen. Tyko's Dying Together is the epitome of that feeling for me. It rules to just be in someone else's world, rough edges and all. I absolutely love the writing in this game, and everything this game does, honestly, and the use of stock images for literally everything hits a very specific sense of nostalgia for me that I can't quite explain. Maybe it's because I exclusively played Counter-Strike Condition Zero custom maps for all of middle school, who knows. It's crazy if you give me a killer aesthetic and atmosphere and have an NPC say, go take a picture of a goblin, I will instantly respond with, yes, queen, and happily do every menial task you ask of me. Yeah. I want to find a clip of Tyko's Dying Together just for the sole purpose of showing... I could honestly just open it up, man. But I don't know if I want to do that specifically. Maybe I should just find like a clip. I'm not going to take too many pictures because I think I still have to... I'm going to come back over here just really fast, just to like show it. We got a telephone. I can't really... hang on, browser game me? There we go, that's better. I just love this shit. Looks neat. I'm actually like blown away already. Like, I thought this was just gonna be Suburban Basketball 2. This is something entirely different. I'm hungry, I need a snack. I know where that is. Hold on. Man, my bit rate. So, A and D are look left and right. Butterfly, let's go. Little butterfly, dude. It feels like something's changed in Goblin Town. I love that shit so much, man. Oh, man, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I loved Tyko's Dying Together. Yeah, we were talking about Astlibra. How's it going, Lozo? What's poppin'? Again, this is going to be super scuffed. I apologize. I'm not sure if I should read what I've written, or if I should just go off of what I remember, or if I should read what I've written and then go off of what I remember from reading just now, etc., etc. But I don't have a lot to say about Tyko's Dying Together, just because it is what it is, and I think that it's a very hard game for me to articulate why I love it so much. It hits a lot of very specific feelings, though. Just the way that it looks and feels is so unique to anything that I've really played. I can think of, like I said, I can think of a couple of itch.io games that I've played where I would just like randomly downloaded them and they were just like these like dreamscapes, and not like LSD, you know, a dream emulator. Just they just existed as a form of moving through. There was no, it wasn't a walking simulator because it wasn't about reading, you know, journals or like listening to cassettes while you walked around, like What Remains of Edith Finch or the Gone Home. You know, it wasn't anything like that. It's you just do this stuff and you just enjoy the vibe, you know. And I think that Tyko's Dying Together was fucking perfect for that. And the fact that it's just this, like, it almost feels like an interactive art museum of one person's work. Yeah, that's really what it is, and that's why I fucking love it. That's why I love it. Yeah. All right. What is this that I'm dragging right now? I'm dragging BRB 10-ish. All right, let me remove that. There we go. Number 8 is Quake Dwell/Remobilize. Allow me to open up Win SCP on accident and then close it and then close it again, and then boom. Quake, more specifically, the custom campaigns of Dwell and Remobilize. Obviously, Quake is a classic, and for someone like me who spent many years of my teens and my early 20s playing competitive Team Fortress 2, is maybe the greatest FPS game ever created. This year I delved into a couple of custom campaigns and discovered just how committed and fantastic the map creators in the scene are at what they do. It's truly a shame, and this might, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Depends on who you talk to. It's truly a shame that the custom campaign makers of Quake are unable to legally monetize their creations, because aside from the engine and the weapons, they're practically their own full-fledged games. It's so sad that anyone making a boomer shooter these days has to do it in Unreal or Unity, when the perfect feeling of movement of the Quake engine can literally not be topped. Dwell was brutally difficult, just insane the entire way through, and it was a really good reawakening of what a hard single-player first-person shooter could be. And Iron Whale being a new fork of Quake, allowing previous limits to the game to be completely gone. Some of those maps were fucking insane. I still think about Mazu's map, where it was literally, sorry, I got it. Well, did you know Cruelty Squad was partly programmed in the Quake engine? I thought it was in Godot. Oh, that is cool though. Thank you. That's a cool way to do it. I gotta change the song because this part is gonna mind flood me, and I was in the ramble. Great song. Iron Whale removes every limitation Quake has ever had. I'm getting 300 FPS solid, no drops ever, on maps with 1,500 mobs. Sorry, probably 1,000 mobs. Mazu's maps were so big, so vast. Some of them were basically 3 or 4 smaller maps in one. And they're insane. It was such a great experience, but brutally difficult. Don't get me wrong, just so brutally difficult. And the fact that custom mods of that game are so good. The fact that they just have the Serious Sam suicide bombers in the game and it works flawlessly for their sand themed, Egypt themed, episode is just insane to me. It's truly its own game at that point, right? In the same way that Super Mario World Kaizo stuff, like custom ROM hacks, are basically their own thing. It's incredible. Now, and it could just be that I haven't played the good stuff yet. But I both respect the choice to not target movement players, and also wish that they would. Because there are a lot of points in time where I'm I would love to just there's things in that game that I have done, and I will show them very soon here. Where it wasn't the intended route ever, but it was oh, I can do this, In fact, speaking of, let's do this clip right here. This one is from Dwell. Some may know it, some may not. I gotta get slightly closer. It's literally right there. Oh, let's fucking go! Yes! Fuck yes! Oh my god! Woo! And yeah, that's how you get it. That's how you get it right there. You just go right on underground. It's right there. That's all it takes. It's just under the fucking water, man. But it was way cooler to do it that way. Let's go. Oh, baby. Woo. Sheesh. So fucking funny, dude. You know what's really funny about that? Is Laszlo said so fucking money, and ever since then, I haven't been able to stop myself from saying so fucking money. That's so funny. That was a sick fucking jump, man. It was. I'm glad I spent 30 minutes on it. It was actually like 50. Time passed slower for me. I still can't believe how crazy a jump that was. Oh, I missed it. Right there. Boom. Like, and you know what a big problem of this was that I was still used to later Quake and later Quake offshoot movement, where there's like circle jumps are like quarter circles, not half circles or full circles even. And this game is all about A and D, just like you're just like shaking the mouse basically. Where you have like a very specific way that you move your mouse in later Quakes. And that's why I was starting it from like right here instead of starting it back here and just gaining speed. And that's why I kept doing it's literally like, but anyway, it really just like, this is the most memorable part for me. There are plenty of parts that I remember, you know, as well, but they were just like, oh, I got trolled again, you know? And then this one from Remobilize, what Remobilize did a lot of was it was just Quake, well, with custom maps, but they added in just 3 super interesting yet very simple additions of movement tiles in the game. One of them was a trampoline, one of them was a wall climbing ability, so like vines, and one of them was grapple hook and grapple tiles. And this is what that looked like in action, and I'll talk about it after. This is sick. This is so sick. Oh my god, this is so fucking sick. Just like a fucking playground, man. Look at this shit. Oh my god, this is so sick. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh my god. I can't believe how fucking cool it is, man. It's so sick. That clip, and if in case you're curious, is entitled "Boomer Soy Face Pop Off." So, all right, man. But yeah, the way, like I said in this, the playground feeling is like exemplified, amplified so much with these just small additions. Just putting a jump pad in the middle of the map that gives you height based off of how high you jumped, like how far down you went, just so insane, because it just opens up a whole, like, you're not just hopping around enemies that are just shooting you anyway. You're like actually going to other sections of this arena at the same time. So cool, so awesome. What is this? Oh, that one's coming up. So yeah, that was Quake Remobilize and Dwell. Number 7. I know we've already been here for 40 minutes, but we're just chatting. How's it going? Number 7 is Maken X. I'll be honest, I don't have a ton to say about Maken X. This is another one that's just based off of vibes. I also have nothing to show for Maken X. Maken X is like a bit of a shock, even to me, why it's on there. I'm gonna just read what I wrote and just like, I'll go off of that. For some reason, I can't even begin to explain why I love this game so much. For one, Kazumo Kaneko fucking cooked when he did the designs on this game. I literally played this game and I had to buy the art books. For the first time ever, I finally bought a Kaneko art book just for these designs. Maken X is a first-person tank control game on a console with one stick. I'm not saying it's the first to do it because I literally don't know, but it did the Metroid Prime lock-on mechanic like 3 years before Metroid Prime came out. It was practically a brand new way to move around in the video game for me, and despite a somewhat short first playthrough, the movement got easier over time, as it always does with any game labeled as clunky. When playing Maken X, even if the mechanics felt clunky at times, there was this very specific feeling that I was truly playing something I had never experienced before, and regardless of anything else, that gives me enough reason to throw it in this list. The visuals are absolutely gorgeous, and once again, Kazuma Kaneko's character and creature design is just fucking beautiful. I was so in love with some of them that I already said that. It has so many ideas that would later be executed in games everyone knows and loves, and yet it remains a somewhat forgotten relic of Atlus's library. I guess that tends to be the case for many Dreamcast games, though. Now, I had originally, in this right here, accidentally gone on a rant about clunky games again, or games that are that have clunk in them. And I completely, like, I spent a long time trying to figure out how to write this. I remember this very specifically. What I will say about Maken X is that it is not intended to be a one-and-done game. There are so many paths to take in that game that lead to levels that you will literally not see unless you're on the right path for it, and you will miss them otherwise. There's no way to go back unless you've save-loaded every single time. You're intended to play it multiple times and see everything and do everything. And you're going to get better at a game like that as you do that. It's such a cool, unique game. I should really go back and play more of it. It's so interesting. I don't know. It really is another vibes game. Just a game that really hit me in a way. You know, I might have, you know what, because Gio mentioned it, I might be able to find the images that I posted of that game on Twitter when I first played it. Boom. This image right here is the only image I have of Maken X. But, like, dude, what the hell? Like, crazy visuals. Just fucking stunning. And, like, the fact that you can see the teeth of the guy that I'm playing as, so fucking cool. Just, like, that image alone makes it worth it for me. Yeah. Do I have anything? Nope. Okay. Alright, this one's gonna be a bit of... Now, again, I don't know if these are really numbered per se. You could say whatever you want. Might be too high, might be too low for some. Number 6 is SIREN. SIREN, I'm gonna just read it immediately. SIREN is a game that feels incredibly scary until you know what's going on. I was constantly on edge during every first run through a mission, taking my time, carefully trying to avoid getting caught. For the second, third time, now I know what's going on, it's time to send it. SIREN has this incredibly cool knack for letting the player gamify the game, so to speak. The game calls for replaying missions in order to uncover side objectives and secrets you actually need in order to advance. Once you get a hang of how the Shibito work, their usual patrol routes, how far they can see and hear, you don't have to be as careful. In fact, in many cases, once I had successfully done a mission, if I needed to go back, I would exclusively look for full running routes through the area, as waiting around for the safest moment would often lead to the Shibito patrols having different timings later on in the mission. It's almost like casually playing the first section of a Metal Gear Solid game, and then immediately after completing that section, you restart and try to come up with like a speedrun route, looking for any consistent quick way through. In the same vein of a Metal Gear Solid master toying with the enemy AI, you really form an understanding of what you can do around the Shibito, which are like the enemies in the game, in case you aren't familiar. And as a direct result of learning how to manipulate the AI, or even just having a better understanding of the AI at all, you lose a bit of that original fear that was instilled in you at the start of the game. As the mystery of how the enemies work dissipates, all you're left with, I wrote some insane shit here that I can't parse. You're just left, okay, sorry. You're just left with the objectives the game has for you. Whether intentional or not, I quite liked this back and forth while I played. Not only was it a fun change of pace to casually clear a few missions and then try to route the secondary mission, but it was also a nice way to catch my breath as I played, almost like a Resident Evil save room. This back and forth went on for the entire playthrough, and especially kicked in on any stage where you're left defenseless. Any of the stages where you're just playing as somebody who gets caught immediately, can't kill a Shibito or anything. So many small pieces add up to an incredibly unique and impactful game. It's hard to keep it all in mind. I absolutely adored the use of real people for the characters' faces. At first it was off-putting, which is fine for a horror game, of course, but I quickly grew to love it as it fits the aesthetic of the game to such a T. And obviously the UI elements as well, just so incredibly clean and sterile, and what is otherwise a quite haunting game. You'd expect the font to look like cryptic runes or something with how the story goes in this game, but instead you just have Microsoft Excel. And I think it's way cooler. Yeah, I can't tell you the chronological order of how of what happens in SIREN, but what I can tell you is that I think SIREN is what Minnie, what's the MGS PSP game? Yes. Portable Ops. Well, is it Portable Ops? Which one's on the collection? Peace Walker, thank you. I think SIREN does what Peace Walker wanted to do. And I'm saying that in some heavy company here, because I know that Minnie likes Peace Walker at least. Why I say that is that Peace Walker's primary issue, for me at least, is that, well, the PSP couldn't handle, like, having more guards on the same map at a time. So what you end up having is, like, small areas with a few guards, and it's, like, it's not beginner easy or anything like that. It's just that it's easier than like a massive area like MGS2 has, where there's 10 guards patrolling and you need to go through the entire thing, because once you go through a loading zone, those patrols reset, right? Anyway, that's a side thing. I didn't even write that down, but I think that the mission-based big area design of SIREN as a stealth game works really, really well. Yeah, especially for replayability. And I do just want to reiterate the UI elements. Everything about the art design of SIREN is perfect, I think. The way that it feels in the UI is not that you are the character, it is that you are investigating what happened through their eyes. Which is why I think they have that timetable, which is why I think in a game like SIREN, you really would expect the menus to be like blood covered, or like have like runes on them, or every time you hit enter it would go like you know, or something like that. Some insane shit like that, right? But instead you have this very, very sterile, like you're just at a computer and you're just looking at the timesheet. And I think that is a very intentional choice, and it's so good. It's so good. I believe I have 2 clips of this game. I do. These are just two clips that I have. There weren't a lot of clips for SIREN because most people watching were confused. So, what do you mean there's no time for it now? Pick it up so I can win. Oh, that's so funny. I'm so mad. Oh man. There's 10 seconds left. What else?
It wouldn't really be in character for me to pick up the shoe while I'm being shot at by a zombie. Ergo.
Dude, I haven't seen this clip before. That is so funny. I was so mad. I was so mad that I fucking turned into a nerd pretending to be me. Oh shit. Oh, that's so funny, that ending part. And then I just make a noise. And then we have this one that I have seen. You know, I had a whole thing about SIREN that I meant to talk about in like while I was writing it, but like again, like the ability to learn the routes through the Shibito eyes is such a unique thing that I want more of it. And I need to play SIREN 2 on like obviously that's just what I have to do. But here is in case you're not familiar with the game, you have something called sight jacking, where you can basically tune your sight like a radio frequency onto the enemies in the game, which are like zombies that are fully sentient, and you can see through their eyes what they are doing and what they are seeing. So that's what you're about to see here a little bit of. You can tune it with the left stick.
The problem is that, oh, you're walking towards me, aren't you? Oh, Jesus fucking Joe. Oh, fuck me, I kicked my toe. Oh my god. Oh, I kicked my toe right into the wall, man. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, I hate that. Oh my god.
Dude. Oh my lord. Oh, sorry, I'm okay. Like, I just really actually kicked my whole fucking toe. I'm not usually so close to the fucking, oh my god. I'm not, yeah, my feet usually aren't on the wall, so I just fucking smacked my good god, that scared the shit out of me. All right, well, what items? Just like this, where is it? It's like right, oh Jesus. It's that noise, man. That noise was so fucking freaky. Because you don't hear that noise usually, because you don't hear it from their perspective. You hear, you just know that they're on you, and you just hear like a, you don't hear that high pitched. Oh, geez. Do you have the one where Mina noticed the door being open and you were like sitting there wondering if you were stuck? I don't think so. I can check again. Where did I wasn't even in the SIREN, oh, I was. Oh, nice. I might have been in retro. Let's see. I do not have it, but that could just be that Twitch's dashboard stuff is really bad, honestly, so I don't think I have that one, sadly. But yeah, I loved SIREN, and I'll say this about SIREN. I loved SIREN with the help of my friends. I loved SIREN with the help of people giving me direction when I needed it, because that is a game that was very much made with the intention of going on to GameFAQs and going like, hey guys, what are you you know? And that's completely fine, but like, especially for me, my mindset of any game I play is, no, I gotta do it myself, no, I gotta do it myself, no, I gotta do it myself, you know? And so when you, and unless it's specified, like, before you play the game, like, by the people who made the game, like, you should play this and talk to other people about it, I kind of kick that out of my head, you know? Because I want to solve it all myself. I'm smart enough, I can do everything myself, blah, 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 blah. But what it ends up being is like, they say that because, like, it's a lot of stuff for you to find by yourself. You would have to scour every single area of every single map by yourself, which is just so much, you know? You're supposed to just be like, oh, yo, I found this thing in this map, and your friend be like, yo, I found this in this map, and you go, oh, nice, we can do this now, you know? I had a great time with SIREN. I will say as well that SIREN's not the final boss, but the boss where you're doing a sniper duel. Such a cool moment, genuinely. Such a cool moment. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like... It feels so epic. It's not even the true final boss, because obviously the true final boss is some bullshit, but the final boss where you're fighting that guy, yo, 53 fucking months gray is insane. I don't have the things on here, but thank you. I gotta pull that clip up, actually. That's such a good clip. I gotta pull that up because I have a secondary tab for just the clips of the year that I thought. Shut up. The clips of the year that I thought were really funny. So I'm gonna go through those afterwards. Great. Thank you so much for 53 months. I hope you had a fantastic New Year's. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. I hope you're having a fantastic day, even. What's up, Gray? We're talking about the top 10 games of the year. Halfway through the list, time for a sponsor break. So true, we're an hour in. Bawls. Drink Bawls. Please type !Bawls in the chat room every 5 seconds. At your leisure. I also made it so everybody can type !He will never. I had that set to moderator before. He will never drink balls, spits out cereal. Nice. Looks good on my end. I don't know about y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. This is a good time to take a breather. Oh, I hope you heard that. Now, another game with, I don't think many clips. There is one though. I know there's one clip, and it's a good one. Number 5, God Hand. Pure pwnage culture, so true. Now, for those popping in, what I'm doing currently is I wrote all this stuff down weeks ago, probably in like November, and I'm reading it and then I'm spitballing afterwards. So allow me. God Hand. This game kicks ass. I'd be lying if I said this was the first time I had tried to play God Hand. I had tried in the years past and was just, in general, way worse at video games than I am now. I made it maybe 3 chapters in before I forgot to keep playing. This time, though, I was determined. And better yet, I was better, stronger, faster, and more mechanically trained now than I was then. Game's still hard as fuck, though, obviously, but you get used to the difficulty. You embrace it. You crave to be at level die, because if you aren't at level die, you're nothing but a coward and a fraud. Groveling is for suckers who can't dodge. Sorry, that's it's a really funny sentence. The interesting thing to me about character action games is that I can never fully tell what is and isn't emergent gameplay. Was all this insane shit always intended, thought out, and planned to fruition? Or were the tools merely created without the full picture of just how important they would become? I think about this all the time when I watch any number of Combo Mad videos, but man, it's crazy to think that they knew God Hand would play and look how it does when placed in the hands of a true master. I'm barely anything in comparison to those giants, but I digress. God Hand gets a lot of praise and respect these days, and it's 100% deserved. I think more games should intend on making me sweat, and I don't mean that figuratively. Every single fucking play session of God Hand, there would come a time where I had to spend 20 minutes kicking ass and getting my ego checked, and by the end of it, I would genuinely be sweating and my arms would be shot. Maybe I was mashing too hard. Who knows? God Hand fucking rules. So, I'm immediately pulling up God Hand Combo Mad. Just typed in dog twice. I got that dog in me. He's typing. God Hand Combo Mad. Do I have it? I don't even know which one it is. God Hand, like old God Hand, I was bad. I was so bad. I was like level 1 the entire time getting my ass beat. All right, here we go. Boom. It's a little off. That's okay. I'll just do this. I want to show off a little bit of this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's 8 minutes. But when I talk about Combo Mad and the emergent gameplay of a character action game, this is what I'm referring to. I'm referring to... I genuinely, it's baffling to me. Do the devs really know that this is what it's going to look like in the hands of the best players of all time? Who knows? But it's just incredible what a good character action game can give you in terms of mechanics. It's just incredible. You abuse the shit out of whatever they give you because they're abusing the shit out of you with things that you can't control. And it's so fucking... It's such a good... It's so good, man. It's so good. Elvis is so sick. The final boss, not that sick. Elvis, so fucking sick. Smoking the ganja, as they say. But that's all I'm going to show of God Hand Combo Mad, in case you were curious. I have one clip of God Hand, as far as I know. I have one clip. Here it is. If you know it, you might know it. Here it is. It's very, very short. It's 13 seconds. Oh my, dude, that was, oh my god. Holy shit. Maybe one of the worst jump scares I've ever had in my entire life. Genuinely. Just was not ready for them at all. I didn't know, I think I knew that they ran away, but I thought that they were going to stay over there. It literally looks like I got electrocuted. It was just that I got jump scared. One of the worst jump scares of my life, genuinely. I think the jump scares are worse in a game like this because, like, I'm already stressed from just pushing buttons. But, yeah. That's the one, that is the one clip I have of God Hand. Next up, let's find a track to match it, shall we? I love God Hand. Up next, if you don't know yet, you're about to, Ridge Racer R4. Better than the Game Awards. Everyone probably knows Ridge Racer R4, or at the very least, knows some songs from R4. It's one of the craziest soundtracks ever made for a game. I had played a fair bit of Ridge Racer 7 on the PS3 before I finally delved into 4, and it holds up so fucking well. What I discovered in my playing is that Ridge Racer 7 is essentially the final evolution for the Ridge Racer series. It's as arcadey as an arcade racing game can get. You quite literally drift in and out of corners like you're on a fixed track, and that's great, no hate. But Ridge Racer R4 is exceedingly grounded in comparison. The most you get is like a tight little drift if you really push it, and the driving feels incredibly good and feels better and better the more familiar you get with the tuning of each car. What shocked me most was the story told in each difficulty was genuinely interesting and like good. There's a better story in R4 than some full single-player games I've played. Enki Gilbert is maybe one of my favorite characters in any video game ever. And they managed to do this with like 3 or 4 sentences after every race. I cared so much about his opinion of me. It's insane. And the entire line of like he's stern, he's tough but fair, he cares for you, he doesn't want you making the same mistakes that he let his son make. It's truly just, yeah, exactly. How does a racing game have a better narrative design than any Naughty Dog game? I don't know. The fact that I played it in the way that I played it was so perfect. I played hard, and then extreme, and then normal, and then easy, I believe. Something like that. And what that led to was me getting Enki first, and learning his side of the story, and then you go and you play as, the guy who's struggling to keep the business alive, and he's being run over by these people above him, and he tells them at the end he learns from you not to do that, and he says, fuck you, I'm the guy that gets shit done, let me do my job. And then you go and you play normal and you find out that it was all an accident. It wasn't even like it wasn't supposed to happen that way, and he regrets it to this day, some say. And then you have some white bitch who just, I don't know, she's got, she wants to be taken seriously. I don't know, I don't give a fuck about her. Sorry. Enki, I'm sorry I let you down right here. What a magnificent loss. You've erased the meaning of your last win. What's crazy is that I don't know for sure if other people get the same experience I do, because I was like not winning these races, but I was getting close. I was trying my heart out getting second and third because I wasn't used to the controls yet, and I wasn't used to how this game played. And the entire time, Enki is doing like this, I'm proud of you, but you gotta do better, man. We have to be winning this. And every time I failed, I felt in my fucking core. Hang on, we're pausing that because I gotta play this now. Just a taste of how hard this game was for me, and like I haven't had many games where I felt like the racing was fair, and it felt so good to get better at it and like learn the lines. And here, just watch it. We're so back. I just have to successfully do the rest of this track with this guy on my ass. That's all. He was right by, I finally got in first. He's right behind me the entire time. You know who that is? That's our rival. Show me my rival. I'm hitting the perfect drifts on here. Any misstep and I lose all my speed. As fuck, actually. Holy shit. He's not even behind me anymore. He's not even behind me anymore. And suddenly he's gone. Where'd he go? Oh, perfect line.
Let's freaking go. First freaking try? Oh, we're so bad.
We're so back. Where was he? Huh? I can't freaking see him anywhere. Where is he? Oh, man.
Oh.
Suvalo.
He never fucking left, baby.
God, I love that. God, I love that. That's one of my favorite clips, honestly. I was so into it. I don't even know how. And again, the soundtrack. Now, this soundtrack, this song playing right now, is from Ridge Racer R4, but it was never put in the game as far as I'm aware. What it was found in is a Switch family Namco game called Go Vacation. And it's genuinely one of the, it might be my favorite track off of the R4 soundtrack. It's just not really on there. It's just hiding in a Wii Sports Resort, like, ripoff. I love Ridge Racer 4. I love Ridge Racer 4. And the fact that it's only number 4 should say a lot about how I take my rankings, which is not that serious. These are all kind of jumbled. You could probably put, like, the top 5 together in one group and the bottom 5 together in one group, really. Except for maybe 1 and 2. Actually, I don't know what 2 is anymore. I love Ridge Racer R4. Up next is sports games. Racing games are a great vehicle for cool storytelling, and I always love when a team realizes that and makes something magical. Yeah, and you know what something else is interesting? Is that I am very used to Need for Speed storytelling. Because that's the only racing game I ever play. It's either, I've only played Gran Turismo where it's just like, good job, driver. You passed the license B for the Mazda Surya. Or you get like Need for Speed where it's like, you're just some nobody in terms of our town. We know that you are literally the best street racer in the town over, but our town, you're freaking nothing, bozo. And those are the two types of storytelling you get. And then you have Ridge Racer R4 with like an actually emotionally impactful story. It's just crazy. Number 3, Mushihimesama Futari. I think everybody knew where this was going. Specifically God mode. Let me read what I wrote. Some would say it's one of the greatest shmups ever made, and it's the only shmup I believe I have enough time in to agree. Before Futari, I loved the idea of dedicating hours of practice to a shmup, learning a run, really pushing for a 1-credit clear or a high score I could be proud to say I had achieved. But despite dropping 30 hours in games here and there, nothing ever really stuck. I felt that like I was cursed to wander around in the genre, never finding a game that truly called to me. A lot of shmup players get clears in just about everything, but everyone seems to have their game. The one that they know like the back of their hand, the one that makes their ears perk up at the sheer mention of its name. I never had that until I played Futari. It's got really somber all of a sudden, like I'm just like a nomad in the terms of shmuppage. Specifically, Futari Black Label, and more specifically, God Mode. God Mode was the perfect balance of harder than anything I had played before, but not ultra difficulty hard. The moment I jokingly started up God Mode, everything felt doable, like it was a realistic enough idea to me that I could clear it. What spawned from that feeling was hours, days, and 2 or 3 weeks of really pushing myself to learn the run. It was a feeling I had never felt before for this game. An almost addiction-like feeling, where every failure truly hurt. What's funny is that now, even casually, I can easily skyrocket past my first clear score, the amount of nuance in the scoring system and the amount of ways you can route and improv specific spots to play around the scoring system makes it this almost free-flowing experience once you truly wrap your head around it. It's a game that gets deeper and more enjoyable to play the more you understand and know it. That could easily be said for numerous other shmups, but I haven't gotten enough time in them yet. Something that I will say about Futari is that it really is like this perfect experience of a game, I think, in God mode. For somebody who wants to push themselves in something like a shmup, I think God mode is a good pushing yourself. It's a good like first start in anything remotely difficult or tricky. Everybody will tell you to start with the beginner mode, start with novice, start with this, and you should do that, and you should get comfortable in the genre and all that beforehand. But if you're looking for something that is actually like going to be like a hard push for you, I think God mode is the perfect place to start. Not just because I did it myself, but because I was that guy who didn't have any good clears, really. I don't have any other clears that are like actually impressive to any degree, except for God mode. It really is just like the more I play it, the more you understand about it, the more interesting it is, and the better it feels to be good at it, and you know each stage like the back of your hand. You know what enemies are going to bullet cancel and which ones aren't, and when you should try to farm for 30k meter and then pop it on the next bullet cancel and all this. And while I haven't played the game recently by any means, I can still go back into it and have a really good time. Yeah, really just a great game. And I do want to spend more time on other shmups. I do want to get a Garega clear. I do want to understand Garega. I want to play in 1cc or 2-all even at some point in the near or far future. Ketsui. I want to play DOJ. I want to play these games and be good at them, but nothing really grabs me the same way that Futari did. It's so hard to find a game like that. And I'm not even looking for Futari specifically. I'm just looking for a game that makes me go, I can do that and I want to do that. After my clear of Futari, I've spoken about this a little bit before, but there was a point in time where I was only playing Futari, even on stream, which I knew would be boring, and I just didn't care. I just wanted to stream it, so just because. I didn't want to play anything else. And I was so adamant on playing this. I was doing 6 hours a day of just non-stop playing it, and it wasn't even like in an enjoyable way, really. It was a feeling of like, I have to do this to prove to myself that I can do it. That sort of feeling. And I think now that I've felt it before, I can realize like what that feeling is, which I think is probably a feeling that people have felt around me for years, playing Counter-Strike or playing competitive TF2 or, pushing themselves in anything that I am related to, but I had never felt it for those games before, is the important part. I had never truly cared that much. Like, I lose, whatever, I'm worse, I guess, I just played to have fun. This was like something different, and it was like scary to have that feeling, And now that I know what it is, I think I'm okay. But, yeah. So, let's see, I have... Yo, I fucking love Ridge Racer, man. I have a clip here from God Mode. I had that with Hotline Miami the first time I played it. Ooh. That's a good one, actually, because I know how that game can get at like a high level. Like either speedrun or point score hunting. That game is hard. That is certainly a game that can, like, you know, push you that way. Here is the one clip of, actually I have multiple clips of Mushi. It's actually very funny, but we're just gonna do this one for now. This is me on my 1cc attempt. What I want to preface this with is that, and not that I care, it's just very funny looking back at it now, all right? I had been playing Mushihimesama Futari on stream to like a pretty significant audience for me. I was getting like 10 to 15 people in my streams just playing Futari, just practicing really. I was getting a lot of new people as well. And it was especially odd because it was like the dead of night for me. It was like literally 2 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning when I was doing this. So I was shocked that I had anybody there at all for the most part. And then come this stream, nobody there whatsoever. That's not anybody's fault. I don't care. It's just that it's a very funny reality of like all these failed attempts. So many people have been there to like see it happen, and then the time that it happens, nobody's there. And so you'll see me here. I don't know if I should preface this or not. You'll see me pop off like a little bit, and then you'll see me see John. And you know what? Just for this one, you'll see me see John in the chat room. You're gonna see it right there, and then I really fucking pop off. So I wanted to just preface that, because like I was just popping off for myself. So, but I do love this clip. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Eat shit, Larso. Let's go. Ah. I will also say, there's a point right here where I'm like, I'm not feeling it, and then the actual, like, all my energy just comes out and I jump right here. Let's fucking go! Ah! Ah, fuck yes! Let's go, John!
There
Let's
it is.
fucking go! I was like not popping off that hard, and then I saw John in the chat, and I was like, let's fucking go, dude. Oh man. So that is my, I mean, I have more clips of Futari. In fact, oopsies. Forgot that was on the screen still. I could probably go and find them. It's great that, like, I do recall this exact boss, but I couldn't say much because you were in the zone. Yeah. The one guy that would understand was there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm sure it goes with, like, speedrunning as well, where, like, you know, getting a sick run and having, like, the chat explode into GGs probably feels great, but having, like, the guy who's been running it, like, or running something alongside you the entire time, also they're going like, let's fucking go, like, that probably feels so good, you know? Yeah. Score tech time attack challenge run bug comes for everyone at some point. Yeah, it's crazy that, like, I tried to get into speedrunning so many different times and I just never could. And I had completely disregarded any idea or any semblance of playing shmups years ago. Like, you know, like the same way that I did with RPGs for years, where I was just like, I don't want to do any of that. Yo, yeah, the kid beating Tetris, that shit's so sick. Genuinely so impressive. I don't have the clips on me right now, I think, but that's okay. So that was God Mode, Mushihimesama Futari. Number 2. And this is one that I did not play on stream. Cruelty Squad. Big ol' fucking Cruelty Squad. Now, I have written stuff down for this, but I want to very quickly... Yeah, this was the one game that I did not play on stream. And I didn't play it on stream for a very specific reason. I did not think that people would want to watch it. I didn't think that my audience would want to watch Cruelty Squad because it's intentionally upsetting in as many forms as you can think of. If you'll allow me to scroll for a while here, I'm trying to find a very specific post I made. I can just pull up Steam. Now you can put a frowny face all you want to. I will go ahead and say that recently, or not really recently, somewhat in the last year, sometime in the last year, I went through my app data folder, discovered that it was fucking chock full of garbage that I didn't care about, and deleted every single folder that I didn't think I needed. And one of those was Godot. What I didn't know at the time was that Godot games save their saves in app data for every game. And I then learned that Cruelty Squad does not have cloud saves. So, I had a 100%ed save file. I do not have a 100%ed save file anymore. Actually, it wasn't 100%ed, but you get the gist. And what I'm about to show you is a couple of reasons why I did not stream the game. So, sorry about this. It's a little off the rails. I didn't write a lot about it because I kind of think I forgot, but Cruelty Squad. I truly won't know if this was the intention of the game or not, but Cruelty Squad's message, in my eyes, is about how, when exposed to something long enough, your brain does a fantastic job of getting used to it. With Cruelty Squad, the entire game is about hyper-violence and sludge. Every level is beaming with putrid textures and sounds and music. The first 2 hours of Cruelty Squad gave me a headache. By 20 hours in, it was completely and utterly normal to me. I had adapted to the hyper-violence and embraced it, even. The sludge and dissonant sounds had no effect on me anymore. All I cared about was fishing and the stock market. I would show you my tank with every fish in the game, but alas, at some point I cleared out my app data folder, blah blah blah. This has been really cool, and I'm proud of you for doing it. Thank you. I'm glad that people enjoy it, because I was a little nervous about it. There is a screenshot, yes. Now, when I originally wrote this, I was writing it with, like, the idea of, Now, technically, there's one fish that I don't have, because in the summer, this summer, they added an extra fish that's super easy to get. It's not even hard to get. It's not a hard one to get at all. They added a new one, and I found out that my save was gone. So I don't have 100% completion of the fish, but I did at the time, is essentially the point. Now, I talked about this with Astlibra, and it's part of the reason why I was so infatuated with Cruelty Squad for about 4 days. I was putting in 4 to 6 hours into this game offline, like after streaming, in case you were curious. Like, I was playing something else for like 4 to 5 hours, and then I was going, I want to play Cruelty Squad, and then I was playing that for 4 to 6 hours. That's like how into this I was. I really think it has the Astlibra effect, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, because the creator on Twitter has said before that the best way to make a game is to try to make the shittiest game you can think of, which really worked in their favor here. And it could just be that they're memeing, obviously, but like genuinely, I don't know, because It's so hard to play. Everything about it is off. Every single thing about it is off, but you have that writing, you have the metaphor that I brought up of like, I think it's about like violence in video games. I think it's about like being exposed to so much horrible stuff that your brain gets your brain adapts to it and gets used to it, and just like, you know, suddenly it's not a big deal anymore. Suddenly the line has been pushed. So it were. Next up, actually, I think I can just do this. Perfect. So what song is next, actually? Great track. This is perfect. Here is the screenshots. I have a lot of screenshots, actually. Here are the screenshots of Cruelty Squad that I have. This, in case you didn't know, this game has fishing. Again, spoilers. This game has fishing on every single level. Some of these fish are actually so hard to get that I developed strategies myself for getting them. Some of these fish only catch or only bite your hook. Well, first of all, some of them refuse to catch, like, or refuse to bite because they're super high rarity to even bite at all. DOS fish, for example, this guy right here that you can barely see. DOS fish, very, very hard to get. Now, there are ways in the game to increase your chance. That is by doing a few things that I won't get into for the sake of spoilers. But essentially, yeah. The thing is, though, that even though that they're easier to catch with these things enabled that you can get, they still only bite your hook for like 1 frame, genuinely 1 frame. So a lot of people's struggle is like, how do I catch it? I can't react in time. What I discovered, and I don't know if it was intentional, if it was a hint, or if it's all just a giant fluke that ended up being one of the coolest puzzles I've ever solved. This little thing right here, this little smiley face, this little demon creature, when you shoot your gun, it spins, right? When you cast your rod, it spins.
Look at you, hacker.
This is actually a great song to have playing for Cruelty Squad, because I'm a hacker when it comes to this. When it spins, every second, I had the in-game timer turned on. Every in-game second, flat second, it would reset its position to be straight up. What I realized was that occasionally, and it took a few, it took a second to realize it, but what I found out was that I noticed that I would catch a fish only when this face reset, never in between. I was catching a fish when this face reset. So what I did was, because casting a rod is the same as like grabbing it, right? It's all one left click. What I realized was I could click mouse 1 every in-game second. And what would happen is I would catch a fish if it caught, and I would recast every second. The game's fish only catch on that tick, right? So what that means is, for all those fish that are like 1 frame to bite your rod before they vanish again, I'm catching every time they will be programmed to maybe catch my rod, right? So you just do this forever and you'll catch them. And that's what I did. That's how I got every single fish in the game, basically, because some of them are really, really hard to get. And I got every single fish in the game. Yeah. Now, here are a few of my favorite images. Some of my favorite lines. When I started fishing, everyone made fun of me. Now they have the audacity to ask me for tips. Fuck them. Pretty good. Big fan of that one. The super AI emerges from an extremely pornographic, ultra hyper suck and fuck. Pretty good. You seem different from the other security guys. Like, you have even less emotion somehow. Haha, just fucking with you, bro. And then my all-time favorite, you're in a nightclub here. It's gone. It's gone. Where the fuck did it go? It's this one. When this beat drops, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Easily my favorite one. Actually, there's another one. Hang on. Where is it? It's at the house. It's like outside. This one is great. Yeah, this one's great. Open with Windows Photo Viewer. This one is actually fantastic as well. One of my favorites. I get intense gratification from bullying losers online. Another just really, really good one. Big fan. All right. Me when I'm at the Japanese show at the back alley club in 1996. So true. There's so many good lines in Cruelty Squad. I genuinely have thought about just like deciding to replay the game live, like on stream. I just really did not know, and I'm not the kind of guy to like put up a poll in my Discord or anything like that. I'm not doing all the streamer content shit, you know, where I'm going like, what do you guys want to see? You know, do you want to see this? Do you want to see that? Like, you know, give me your ideas for what I should play. I am doing that. But I just figured that more TF2. Yeah, like, I digress. This game is insane, by the way, and it is absolutely worth playing. But like, part of the thing for me was like the music in this game is so gnarly on your ears, intentionally. Don't get me wrong, it's intentional. Is mean for the kingdom, Steve. Mean, huh? Bing. Oh man. Parasite Eve and Galarians. Those are both on the agenda. Now, I know it's been an hour and 44 minutes, hour and 45. I need to use the restroom, so I think now might be a great time to take a break and come back. I still have honorable mentions to go through, which I want to do before number one, because that's what everybody does, I guess. So if you'll allow me to take a cheeky fiver, that'd be great. Take a Bawls break, sponsored by Bawls. Please enjoy Bawls responsibly. All right, I will be back in 5-ish. Please take care. I will be back in 5-ish. I just said that. Alrighty. Hello. I am back. Hope I wasn't too long. I don't know how long I was, really. Mario's missing. Hello, Lorigan. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. You want to know why? I do want to know why. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm glad that my list is cheekily pretty good. Kingdom Hearts didn't make the cut. Yeah, I was actually looking at games to put in the honorable mentions, and I went, no, I don't think so. Oh, I do have to fix this while I'm thinking about it, because I forgot to add these. Alright. So this might be a little messed up, but here are the honorable mentions. I'm not going to try to hide them by any means. It might be better if I try to do that at least, maybe. These are in no order. This was very last minute. Alright? Just want to point that out. So, honorable mentions before we get to number one. Everybody already knows what number one is. Let's talk about honorable mentions first. Number 1 on honorable mentions, Interior Worlds. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Should have done the worst games too. I actually can't think of it. I can't think. I mean, like, I could if I had done it beforehand. I also, in generally, play a lot of indie games, and so I don't love, like, if it's like a AAA title, then yeah, I can be like, yeah, that was dog shit. I like to give fair critiques. I like to give fair critiques for, like, the games I didn't like that were just indie games, because I don't want to give them bad rep, because sometimes I just can't play the game, and it's just not for me, and that's okay, you know? I've learned that a lot recently. So, number 1 on the, these are in no order whatsoever, these are just off the dome. Interior Worlds. Interior Worlds, I didn't write anything, this was very, very last minute. I wrote these all down because I wanted to do honorable mentions because I played so many good games this year. Interior Worlds was an indie game released by, I can't remember their name, Soda Raptor, maybe? I'm sorry if I can't remember their name. Where it was essentially just liminal spaces and you took pictures, and it was genuinely really a good atmosphere. Very, very creepy feeling. There was never any jump scares, there was never anybody else around, which makes it so much worse, honestly, for me. It put me at the edge of my seat a lot. I had a great time with it. Yeah. Have I played Iron Lung? I haven't, and I don't plan to. Where did I put this clip? There it is. All right. Yeah, we will go through those in a second. So, Interior Worlds, here is the one clip that we have from Interior Worlds. That I just love how perfectly this happened. What horrible things happen to these kids? Who knows? Oh, chair. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. Fuck you. Oh, man. This is just a complete Easter egg area, and I just happened to stumble upon these kids. Because I went, oh, chair. And I threw the chair like I'm PewDiePie playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent in 2011. Who knows? Oh, chair. And it just goes through the wall. And that's how you get to the backrooms Easter egg in this game. And I just had no idea. It was just like perfect harmony of a clip. Yeah. I had a really good time with Interior Worlds. That was this year, it was 9 months ago, yeah. Next up, in the same vein as Quake, Super Mario World. Super Mario World, these are gonna be brief. Super Mario World is another game very much like Quake that, with the community around it, it has evolved into such an insane game. Going with the deep cuts here. Yeah, I am. Where do I find these crazy games? Dude, I don't know. I just know some people, you know? I honestly, like, deep cuts or not, I feel like Super Mario World is underappreciated to a insane degree outside of its own community. Because I find that I even have had problems where, like, I still have, like, a bit of a contrarian brain where I feel like I have to be against something that's popular. Super Mario World is very popular these days because people love to watch Kaizo, people love to watch good players play Mario, and there's a reason for it. The reason is that it is so in-depth. And the thing is that the main game does not get into the depths. It's a bad bit, forget it. No, I was on board with it, don't worry. I'm just like also like trying to, you know, get my thoughts out without breaking. It's the mechanics in the game are so in depth, but like you don't see them in the game, you know, like they're so the community for Kaizo, the community for just custom ROM hacks of the game is just like beautiful, and it's really cool to see those mechanics get the light that they deserve in general. Yeah. I did never go back to Super Kaizo or Baby Kaizo World, and I've been thinking about it, and I don't know. I'll go back to it at some point, but shell jumps are the bane of my existence right now. So, yeah, Super Mario World. I had a really good time playing the stuff that I did. Up next, Katamari Forever. Can't believe that was this year. Katamari Forever, I truly believe, is the best Katamari game out there. I honestly, genuinely believe that. Just not even just for the fact that it's like the hits, you know, it's all the good levels in the game, or it's all the good levels from the previous games. The ability to find and play as the cousins is what makes it for me, genuinely. Like, I've played other Katamari games, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm having a good time with this, but like, sure. But like, adding that collectathon factor to the game increased the enjoyment for me so much. I was playing these levels multiple times, trying to find all the cousins, trying to find all the fashion. It's so good how like you have that much customization, you know? I really enjoyed that. And I actually, you know what? Let me find it. I bet if I just type in Katamari tier list. Uh-oh. Where did I put it? Cousin? I have a tier list somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. It's probably just NVIDIA General. Is it pinned? Obviously not. I can't remember their name now, but there was one that John said, like, why is she all the way down there? And it was because I didn't like her. Maybe download the soundtrack after I play it. Yeah, the soundtrack is beautiful. I mean, like, Katamari on the Funk. Just a crazy, dude. It's here somewhere, I promise. We talked so much in August. Oh my god, we talked so much in here. I would love to find this this image if I can. Talking about Rising. We're talking about the cave gotcha. There's my talking about I should have just looked for media exclusively, I guess. Hope John is doing good. Me too. Dude, I should have just, oh, my bitrate. My bitrate's tanking. That's actually a perfect time for me to look for this while I wait for... Oh, there it is. Definitive list. Perfect. Don't die on me now, motherfucker. This is my premier list of Katamari cousins. I don't remember their names now, but this is it. This is what I think they are. This is where they should be. That's not my cursor. Talked with him earlier today about recent developments in the Viper story. Oh, word? Fill me in on that. In case you're curious, by the way, I just don't know if I'm like revealing anything, but he has at least opened up OBS on his computer just now, like 30 minutes ago. You know what Viper did? I don't, but tell me after so I don't get distracted here, because I still have so much to do. Yeah, I still have so much to get through right now. That's the definitive list of Katamari characters. Yeah. Next up on the honorable mentions, Elden Ring. Who would have thought? The game that I spent so long playing, blah, 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 blah. Didn't really feel like it deserved a place in the top 10 because I didn't love it like I love all these other games. I had a great time playing it, but it was very much just like action movie for me. You know what I mean? I do have a shitload of good clips though. So here we go. I don't have a lot to say about Elden Ring. People got... I had an IRL friend get very upset. Not really very upset. I'm being very like very hyperbolic. Like hyperbolic. Anyway, I'm being very hyperbolic. He essentially said like, it's crazy that you play you love all these cool video games and then you played Elden Ring like that. And I was like, what do you mean like that? I played it with the newest edition of like mechanics in the game. Like, you've never been able to play a Souls game with pure magic builds before. You know, like, you've just never been able to do it. It's so cool that you can play it like this. Anyway, here's what he was referring to, in case you're curious. My only win condition was some mist. Okay. Night Maiden's Mist, in fact. And what I would do is I would run around. He would take damage. No way, let's go. And then I would run away, and that's how I killed them. And then he was also talking about this, where eventually you just become so strong. It was not Joe. No. It was somebody that I know IRL.
I'm not concerned.
They also played bleed builds. Magic has always been stupid good in Souls games. I have never used it, and it's never been created to the extent that Elden Ring has it, is what I will say. That's what I mean by that. Like, I had a bit of a magic build, technically, in Bloodborne, but it was just using items, you know? It was just, like, using these items that cost mana. It was never, like, hey, you get to you can just be a full caster. You can be a full sorcerer. You're always wielding, like, a sword at some point, you know? And then, like, this is also what he was referring to, is just... You know, I love, and people give me a hard time for this, I absolutely love abusing the shit out of game mechanics and stacking every single buff possible and then doing this.
See?
I love this.
I just need to kill him.
Especially because that took me 30 minutes. Right there, that took me 30 minutes. Just had to realize I had to kill him. Instead of not killing him.
You know what the difference was there?
I'm wearing my Masana shirt right there, too.
The difference is that I walked in, and instead of immediately hitting R1, I sidestepped slightly to the left. And
so those are two good clips. That's not anything. Here's a great clip that I absolutely love.
I'm dead? When's the last time you saw a guy with this much prowess in his gaming?
It really is like the perfect clip. It really is the perfect clip. What is this one? I don't think I have this one clicked. Startled. Oh, I did have this one.
So peeved. I was just so peeved. Oh!
Oh man. Fucking Jesus, man, dude. Stupid fucking summon. That was my summon doing that. Shit out of me. Oh man. Some great clips from Elden Ring. I think I have more, but I'm going to save them for actually, you know what? No. Because I was gonna do these as like, hey, these are the funniest clips that I have. But I'm going to do them at the time because the ones that are left are the ones that aren't from a game that I mentioned tonight. So here are two more that you got. Two more clips. This one really gets me. Great noise, by the way. An insane noise for me to make. This fucking dude starts fucking doing like a footwork routine on me. Hit the body roll on you. Like, I can't believe this shit. Look at him. God bless. And then one more jump scare for the Avo. No, you don't. I'm out of here. DJ Screw, bitch. Ding, ding, ding. What the fuck? Jesus, hey. No, you don't. I'm out of here. Ding a ding ding. What the fuck? Jesus, hey. Oh man. Just, you know, just some good old fashioned Souls. Actually, oh shit, man. I forgot that I was gonna mention this game. Hang on, I gotta go into my clips ASAP. Go. Because this game is coming up next. Oh, it's literally right here. All right, that's chill. Hang on. Boom. I just hit back. Well, speaking of jumps, by the way, you're about to see a bunch. I have one more. Hold the fort. Twitch is bad, and I'm loading it. All right, hold on. I gotta scroll down a little bit. Okay, it's down here. Okay, we click on this one. Then we click on this one. All right, and then we click on this one. And then I have like, I'm just gonna grab all of them because there's only so many clips. Did I grab this one? I don't know if I grabbed this one. Yeah, this one, and then one more. All right. And I don't think I need this anymore, so I'm just gonna exit out, and then I'm gonna pause this because they've all got to load. Next up on the list, just mostly out of it has to be. Bloodborne is up on the list next. Remember when I played 2 Souls games in a year? Gee, Bill, your mom let you play 2 Souls games in a year? Crazy. Bloodborne, I had a good time with Bloodborne, honestly. It was a very fun game. I genuinely just don't think I like Souls games. And why Elden Ring I had a better time with than Bloodborne? Primarily because it had that exploring part that I really loved. I loved being able to just go around and just explore and find stuff. It was awesome. That's like there's a part of my brain that loves that, you know? So yeah, I liked Bloodborne, don't get me wrong, but it was giving me pieces of something that I wanted, but not in full, for example. There are parts where there are forks in the road, and there are places that you can go to that are not required, but it's still a very linear game, and that's okay. It's just that I'm not as into that, I think. So let's... Oh, okay, this is just... I don't even know why this is clipped, honestly. It's just a good clip, honestly. I'll give you that, sure. These are all entitled HFJ. So prepare for something. Holy fucking Jesus! Oh. Oh my god. Where did he come from? Oh man. So that one's HFJ. This one is also... Sorry, Twitch fucking sucks. This one's also HFJ. Holy fucking Jesus! Okay, holy shit. I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know they could go through doors. I didn't know they could go through doors. And then HFJ 3.
Nothing there, should be something in here.
Holy fucking Jesus. It's honestly, when you put them back to back to back, it is actually extremely funny that I said those 3 words like together every time I jumped. Bitrate. Okay, and then one more. Yo, wait, sorry, I missed it. Yo, Rob, thank you for 16, bro. Dwarf Please is real. I don't know where it is now, but there's a really good video that goes with Dwarf Please, in case you're curious. And then this one, like, all right. Somebody's getting, holy. Yeah, hey, buddy. I'm gonna do this. No! Like, all right. That's it, that's a clip. That's all my Bloodborne clips. Oh, I missed one Elden Ring clip, so allow me to do this. I will go ahead and tell you what this one is entitled. This one is entitled, Monkeys When They See the Zookeeper Coming with Food. Oh! Oh, wait, oh. Oh! Oh, wait, to explain my insane noises, what you see happen here, you can't actually see it right here, but what happens fractions of a second before this moment right here is I'm struggling to fight a guy that I should not be fighting because I shouldn't even fucking be here yet, because this is like an area that is next to the starting zone. I shouldn't fucking be here, and yet I'm trying to fight the thing that is like intended for even later than that. I watched it fall off the cliff, and I realized that if I could bait the thing into jumping backwards, I could get it to kill itself and I could win. And I tried to do that for like 30 minutes and it didn't work and I left. That's what happened in this clip, is that I realized that I could Dark Souls 1 him and it didn't work. So yeah, that is that. It's not as funny with the context, I'll be honest, but what are you gonna do about it, huh? Up next, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, a sleeper pick, I know. Open RCT 2 has been some of the most enjoyable gaming I've done in years, especially with abusing all the stuff that you can abuse in that game. I love it to death. I don't have a lot to say about it. You did cook with the title. Yeah, you went fucking insane on the title, that is for sure. I think there's only one clip of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I have already closed all my clipping like areas, so I'm not going to find it. But I was playing a park about the PS3 stock tanking, and I named one of my roller coasters PS Plus, and then I was reading the reviews of PS Plus from like the residents, and they all said, I can't afford PS Plus. It is actually, it's just really funny. So yeah, who can really in this day and age? That is that clip in its entirety. I just explained it to you. You're welcome. I'm gonna skip the song because it's got vocals that you know what? No, we'll deal with it. Next, 24 Killers. 24 Killers, there are VODs of, but no clips, I don't think. 24 Killers was a single dev creating their own like style of Moon RPG. I don't have a lot to say about it. I just had a really good time playing it. It was just a great little game. It had a lot of ways to move around, which I felt was important. Like, you got Metroidvania style upgrades, but for like just walking around, which was cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It also had a really cool function where every single save file would unlock a passive that would affect you on your next save file. And the goal is that you would be able to streamline through the entire game because of each little passive difference, that you would eventually have them all completed. And it made every single replay of the game a little bit different, and you had little different things that you needed to do differently to get it to work. But it was really cool. I had a great time doing it. That was really, really early in the year, yeah. It is like $200 for premium. Super detailed pixel art? Maybe. It was like kind of claymation-ish. Yeah, 24 Killers. Oh, it has an update, so I can't even really show it. I could probably just click, like if I had to show this, like, it was this game. Yeah, this game. I have 11 out of the 14 achievements. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I feel like it's worth bringing up now. I actually was playing it offline a lot when I finished it, because I was doing all the extra save files, and I had gotten to a point where I could basically do them in like 3 hours or less. Not even, sorry, probably 2 hours or less. But I got very, very efficient at 100%ing that game. And then I kind of just stopped playing it, and now I've forgotten everything. Last up on the list, I don't even know what it is anymore. Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X, shockingly, was this year. In fact, if I go to my year in review on Steam, it was January exclusively. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. January exclusively, I played Final Fantasy X. And Zero Ranger was the next one. Mario is missing bros. We lost. Yeah, so I went into Final Fantasy X expecting to laugh at it. I was honestly looking, when I started Final Fantasy X, I was looking at it, I was looking for a game that I could laugh at, like I laugh at Heavy Rain, for example, or The Bouncer, even. But I was looking for an RPG at the same time. And what I ended up with was actually bonding with the characters, actually finding that most of the moments that are laughed at in this game are genuinely, like, good moments, you know? And it was like a shock. Yeah. That's all I wrote down for my honorable mentions. I'm gonna put them right there, in fact. And I think it's about time we talk about... Now, there are a few games I'd love to touch on. Zero Ranger, I had a great time with. I'm not mentioning it because I've already mentioned, you know, shmups in general. Zero Ranger, I'm actually in like a little bit of a hate with right now. Worst games 2023. I would really have to like remember, I think. Yeah, you already know it's coming. Good point. We'll do a little bit of like a worst games. I demand satisfaction. We'll do a little bit of a worst games after this. How about that? You already know what's coming. Hang on, I'm waiting for the drop. Void Stranger. I actually... No honors for Dredge? I forgot about Dredge. Honorable mention, Dredge. We'll talk about Dredge after. Hang on. I'll add. All right. Void Stranger. I'm going to spitball all this, but I'm going to read it first. Let me explain how I found out about Void Stranger to you. I was 5 days into a different game that I simply wasn't enjoying anymore, and for the first time in half a year, decided to check Steam for new releases. Void Stranger was right there at the top, almost begging me to check it out. I had no previous experience with System Erasure, the creators of the game. Despite my shmup arc, I hadn't even gone near Zero Ranger yet. This game wasn't even a genre I actively enjoyed or sought after, but I saw the trailer, I heard the music, and I knew that there had to be more here than just like a simple Sokoban. Hang on, I gotta turn this down a little bit. Hell, even the trailer had some immediate hints to a whole alphabet. I'm usually very specific about buying games and tend to just wish list everything and come back to it later, but this was like an immediate buy. And after putting in basically a whole work week, 60 hours and 5 to 6 days, Jesus fucking Christ, I was left satisfied with everything I had found and discovered. Call it recency bias if you want, but after I first played Environmental Station Alpha, I instantly thought it was one of the best games I'd ever played, and I still consider it so. Void Stranger is one of the greatest games I have ever played and will ever play. Explaining the reasons why would spoil the reasons why. But even just the story alone left such an emotional impact on me that months later, I'm still thinking about it. It's hard as fuck. It wants you to evolve with it. The Witness could never. That's a crazy call out right there. The Witness could never. That's all I wrote, because I really struggled with writing for this. But I have another review. I have written about this game way too many times. The actual story of Void Stranger I would love to touch on as soon as I get to it, and I will show off a few things. Soldier Boy wouldn't have gotten past like floor 15. He would have been so mad. I have a review that I'd like to talk about. This is a game made for a very specific type of person. It might be your thing, it might not. The story and meaning behind everything has stuck with me as I've completed the game, and I think I can sum up the thesis pretty well. You can't fix your past mistakes. You can only learn from them and try to do better in the future. You'll have to learn with what you've done, regardless of whether it was an accident or not. The important part is to keep moving forward, live with those mistakes, but don't let them haunt you. This idea is showcased through the narrative of Void Stranger numerous times, but also in the gameplay. While I didn't really think or notice it during my own playthrough, I saw a lot of complaints about the lack of an undo button. And while it is certainly a feature missing in a regular old Sokoban, in this game I fully believe it's not there by intention. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna accidentally break a puzzle, or you put yourself in a losing situation, wishing you could undo your actions and try out a new combination until something sticks, but you're not allowed to. What you are allowed to do in this game's case is get another shot. If you fail, you're allowed to get back up with some conditions attached, or you can start from the beginning, mistakes erased. Some might claim that this is not respecting your time or a huge slog. I wrote this when I was like really mad at people on the Steam forums discussions pages, by the way. Some might claim that this is not respecting of your time or a huge slog, but those people are never the target audience. And they're wrong, too. The game never outright tells you what's behind the curtain. You just have to have the eyes and ears to recognize when something is hiding in plain sight. But there are definitely things hiding right there that you just have to find for yourself. Try things out, make mistakes, keep moving forward, even if it means starting all over again. Maybe you'll be able to fix those mistakes this time around. That is like the first part of my thing there. I do plan on going back to, can I get I got a Void Stranger track somewhere in here. I know I got some good ones in here. Hang on. Let me just go over to my VGM playlist, because I have a lot to say about this game, and I have to say it with a spoiler warning attached. Major spoilers. I would love for every single person who has ever shown up in my stream to, you know, go and play the game in full and talk to me about it, or at least just tell me about it, because I can't really say anything without spoiling. Sorry, I'm scrolling down my VGM playlist about the soundtrack too. I should really do that. I was kind of hoping for like a CD release or something beforehand, but here we go. Yeah, we'll just turn that on for now. No shuffling. Void Stranger has affected the way that I think about things. And not because of the puzzles. The game looks like a Sokoban, and it is a Sokoban. But it's genuinely changed how I think about things that I struggle with, like, personally. I have a lot of, in the past especially, I've been improving a lot, you know, but I've had a lot of anxiety in my life. I've had a lot of, you know, bad interactions, or, you know, interactions that I wish I could change. And I have thought about those interactions, and I've thought about how I've spoken to people when I was younger, you know, like 16, thinking about how, you know, like, and I think about, like, you know, I cringe, and I think about those, and I don't like that I was that kind of person. And what this game did was, like, kind of help me recognize that you can't fix the past. All you can do is be better in the future. And that's, like, genuinely, it's spoken about a little bit in story, but it's also spoken a lot of in just terms of gameplay. The story of Gray, the story of, spoilers for what it's worth. If you're playing the game, plan on playing the game, whatever, now's the time to mute. The story of Lily, you know, like, all of that, like, and for those of you who watched it on stream, on my stream, you didn't actually see me do the Lily run. That's because I was, like, so in I have to find everything mode that when I was told about the debug mode, I just skipped everything offline. I just skipped everything, just went to the story beats and just read those, and I was just looking for anything. I do plan on this year, soon-ish, this year, doing a full Lily run, but you might not know that whole story. That whole story breaks my fucking heart. Makes me cry every time I see it, kind of deal. It is so good. I'm like, I'm getting the head shivers, and the tears are coming. It is so very important to me. And it's interesting how a game like this can just show up out of nowhere, unannounced, unbeknownst to me, who's made it, what they've made in the past, and I just immediately click with it, and I immediately go, I'm dropping whatever game I'm playing. I don't even know what game I was playing for 5 days, by the way. I have no idea. All I know is that I didn't play it again. I was playing Sea of Stars. I was playing Sea of Stars. Yeah, I was not enjoying that game. And that's such an interesting dichotomy to me as well, is that I was playing one of the most, like, awaited indie games, like, of the time. Like, that game was in production. I saw pixel art of that game on Reddit 6 years ago, and I saved it. I, like, saved it. I was like, I gotta wait for this game to come out. You know? it's so interesting that like I was playing that and it just wasn't clicking at all, and I was just playing it because I spent $20-$30 on it, and then I'm just looking at Steam and there it is this just strange, no pun intended, strange game. It's just so interesting. And this, like, I can't really explain the story that well. Why is it not playing? Oh, it needs to loop playlist, maybe? Just go to the next one. I don't know. It's crazy how, like, a third-party website is better than YouTube's official playlist, like, player. Everything about Void Stranger is about discovering it all yourself, to an extent. It's definitely got moments of, like, you should do this with people. Like, you should do this in a group. Because some of it's just obtuse a little bit. But that's the beauty of a game like Void Stranger for me, genuinely. That's the beauty of a game like Void Stranger. They're allowed to be obtuse, and nobody has any control over it. Genuinely, like, Sea of Stars was so polished. Every single thing was like carefully crafted. Every mechanic. There's no rough edge in that game, and I think I crave a rough edge a little bit. I crave a game that has some personality to it. That's no offense to Sea of Stars. I'm sure it's great. I had a great time for a while there, but genuinely, you play a game like Void Stranger and you really realize just how personal a game can get. I have said this numerous times. I don't know what the fuck they're feeding those people up in Finland, but holy shit, man. They are feeding them something fierce. Void Stranger, Cruelty Squad, Environmental Station Alpha, I think the Ultra Kill guy, Ultra Kill is from Finland as well. Hakita, yeah, based in Finland. Yeah, Hakita is from Finland. It's insane how many just masterpiece fucking video games come out of Finland. I don't understand it. Void Stranger, I wish that there are parts of me that wish that Void Stranger. This is all I'm spitballing so hard right now. I actually disagree with what I just said. Well, there are two wolves inside of me. One of them wishes that Void Stranger was not as difficult or obtuse as it is, so that a larger audience could actually learn its message. The other wolf inside me disagrees and thinks that the fact that the message of this game is so interconnected with the obtuse, difficult gameplay is intentional and really helps you actually bond with the message itself. Like, I would love for my mom to be able to play this game and give, like, and, like, read the story and like, bond with these characters, but I don't think it would work the same way. And just genuinely, I don't think it would work. These people are weird and sadistic. Oh, is Fear and Hunger from there too? That's crazy. There's so many. What I want to talk about as well is the way that Void Stranger, I said it at the time, I genuinely think that Void Stranger could, like, if it had custom map creation, like custom room creation, available in like a workshop format or something like that, I think it would work so well, because by the time you get to the end of the game, like the end game stuff, you have been wondering what all these different statues do, what all these different mechanics are, all this stuff you've been wondering about the entire time, And by this point, you should know because you've tested, you've tried every single thing in the book to figure out what these things actually do, what their mechanics are, all by yourself, because there's nothing in the game that tells you that. You just have to do it yourself and find out. And something that I love is that near the end of the game, you have so many different statues. You have like 7 statues that all do a different thing. Some of them control like different, each one controls different things. One of them, like just the amount of them limits how many tiles you can pick up. And that sort of thing turns the game from this like mystery Sokoban of like, how do I get to the exit, to this Baba is You style puzzle of like, there is one right answer. You have to figure this out. Like, there is only one way forward and you need to know it. And some people might not like that, but I love it. And I love that it shows up at the time it does, especially. Because I think that if it showed up any earlier, it would kind of kill parts of it for me. But the entire game, oh my god, the entire game has so many things hiding in plain sight that I love. I love that. I love to look for that out-of-the-box meta stuff to such an insane extent that, like, I was eating this game up in the first 3 hours. I was solving the whole alphabet that they literally teach you this when you get to the final floors. I was solving that 3 hours in, reading every single thing, identifying different pieces of the puzzle. My game notes folder is fucking massive, dude. Where is it? Where is it? Jamie, pull up the game notes folder. Jamie, are you asleep over there, Jamie? Jamie, what the fuck, man? Wake up, man. Come on, Jamie. Jamie, Void Stranger. Like, look at my, now, fair warning, spoilers, of course. Look at this, man. I got so many of these, and they're all written down. I had the alphabet already done. I had all those brands. My Discord's all spoilered. Jamie Wag-ass editor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he works for fucking Joe Rogan as well. Like, my Note++ had like 150 lines on it. My problem with my thing that I do in Notepad plus, mine's 153. It's because what I do is I will erase notes if I don't think that they're that important. But yeah, no, genuinely, like I've got so much here, like so much stuff that just doesn't matter as well, right? Like BO55, girl became cautious of me, no longer there, and then later, girl ran from wedding. That has no functionality to the game at all, but it was something that was written down, and there was not much written down in this game, right? Yes, I wish I could delve even more into why I love Void Stranger so much, but it really is a game that I think you have to play for yourself to fully understand why. Oh, right. Time to show off. Actually, this is like so hidden that the way that you find it is by getting a high enough score in the shmup section, and then they tell you that you're good enough for the real deal. I probably won't do it anyway. Okay, so I can show this then. What this is Zero Stranger if difficulty. This is like the one thing that I can like confidently show of Void Stranger, because everything else is just like me solving puzzles. Like there weren't a lot of clips of this game, but there is like literally 60 hours of streams of this. So what a lot of this is just the same old. And what I will say beforehand is that my runs were really good. In case you can't tell, like 266, I had not 1cc'd this yet. My runs were really good. And in this run, I start by saying, like, I don't really, it is like only 9 minutes. We could just watch it and give my breath a break. We'll just watch it. Fuck it. We'll just watch it. Let's just watch it. Dude, it's so funny watching this back because I literally call how bad my score is.
But I don't think it'll matter.
I'm like, I really hope this isn't the run. I'm gonna be a little upset if I lose this, or like if I win this. Wow. Yeah, just a really bad score. If this is the kill, I'm gonna be a little upset. This is
200
the TLB
range before, and I'm at 974k. Come on, man.
And now it's gonna be bitrate champing hard for what it's worth. God, dude, I don't know what I was on when I was playing this, honestly. I hope it's even slightly visible for y'all. So I believe this song, by the way, is called Void Gray Skies, which is a play on Void or something Sky Days something. It's a play on a song for the true last boss in Zero Ranger, which I think is very interesting. And I didn't know that at the time because I hadn't played Zero Ranger yet, but when I played Zero Ranger, I went, yo, this is that song, right?
Certified orb moment coming up. Called it.
That was a certified orb moment.
That's a real easy one. I had to be on the right side here. Screwed up.
I'm gonna get some water really fast.
I can't see. Okay. Dog, this is fucked up. This is fucked up, man.
Yeah, bitrate champing hard now for sure. That's chill as expected. Now keep in mind, every other attempt of this boss, I had taken like 2 or 3 damage before this moment in this boss.
Okay.
Those 2 hits right there were the first time I took damage in this boss. So this was like the run. This is, I had never seen this phase before in my life. Never gotten this far once. Just keep that in mind. Just in case.
I've got that fucking dog in me, man. What a dog shit run.
Oh, God. awful fucking run, dude. Oh, 9/11? Reminds me of that tragedy. Forgot about that part, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, that was such a bad. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad that that was the run. Void Stranger. I have 2 images to show. Ooh, where is it? There it is. Okay. So, first of all, I'm just going to do it like this instead. For starters, we have this image right here. No. Can I just thank you? We have this image right here, which I believe you see at the end of Lily's run. It is Lily holding Lily, right? And then you have this image right here, which I have always thought was very interesting. The imagery here is just awesome, IMO. I hope you can even see it. You can't see it because I'm stupid. There you go. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I think you only see this if you save Lev. And this is Lily, who is this one, saving Lev, right? It all goes hand in hand. There's more metaphors and imagery that I can like think of. I genuinely can't, like, I still haven't parsed the entire Void Lord's saga or arc. You know, I haven't put all that together with how it plays into the other metaphors of the game. I just know that it's there. And yeah, it's just, they're little flowers. Oh, hold on. I guess I don't have one. Yeah. Anyway, I love that game to death. I love Void Stranger so much. Truly, everybody should play Void Stranger. That's, I wish I could talk about it more, but I can't. I demanded satisfaction, I got it. I can't without spoiling stuff. Now, what I'll say is, if any of this has convinced you to try the game out, please, by all means, play it. Just know, it's hard. This is a game that has taken the average player at least 50 hours to complete. I don't want it to change. Yeah, it's... like, I could read the rest of my review here. That I edited over and over and over again. Like, the game can be hard, but for the most part, you get used to it. The way the void ebbs and flows, you'll get good at the basics in due time. You'll start noticing the way certain floors are structured, and you'll have the moment where you put it all together and realize how simple it all really is. By nature, the game is actually very forgiving for a good long while. You'll be clearing floors in no time at all eventually, once you put the pieces together. But before you put the pieces together, it can be frustrating, and that's okay. Stick with it, and you'll be fine. There are floors I still suck at in this game. Floor 26 being a notably rough one for me. Every time I see that floor, I cry a little. 26 is the one with the lines of caterpillars, and you have to, like, block each tile to, like, get them off beat. That one just always sucks for me. It's definitely a note-taking game, and keeping logs and images of things you notice, things you've discovered, and things you've solved will help you immensely on the journey. Screenshot every single thing you think might be interesting. I mean it, even the boring stuff too, honestly. Write down any piece of text you read that you might forget. You literally don't know the next time you'll get a chance to read it, and if it'll help you in the future or not. Make notes of stuff you noticed but can't access yet. Write down where you found it. And lastly, experiment often, and early and often. Not sure what the outcome will be for doing a specific thing? Try it now before you get too invested in what you're currently doing. Maybe it'll help in the future. Learning to navigate and play through Void Stranger is a constant process. You get better at it over time as long as you're vigilant. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or try new things. And then I mentioned that I read a few reviews, like negative reviews, that I had to give some feedback to. There was one dude who had like 30 minutes of playtime and mentioned the Snake Girl's breasts, which is really funny, but yeah, that guy wasn't lying. There's a whole lot of titty in this game. Surprising amounts of titty for a Sokobon, to be fair, but no nip, so does it even really count? Anyway, I can't imagine anyone seeing past the Snake Girl unless they already had the mental maturity to handle a couple of friggin' 1-bit titties, man. LMAO. Mostly because to see any of the other titty moments, you have to actually, you know, have the brain capacity to play the rest of the game, basically. That was basically my review of that. Worst games of the year. Dog, I don't even know what games I played this year. I only remember the good shit, you know? I don't highlight the games that I think are bad. Actually, I do. I drop a lot of games this year. Our friendlies, worst games of the year, 100%, 100%, 1,000%, 10,000%. Let's scroll back. See, the problem is that a lot of games this year I didn't hate them. I just didn't play them. You know, like I tried to play Armored Core. I tried to play Ape Escape 2. I tried to play El Shaddai. Worst game of the year, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 combined. Those were dog shit. Can't wait to play 3 pretty soon here. Good games that I just didn't finish, or I did finish and just forgot about. Rez, Cosmic Smash, Alien Resurrection, didn't finish it. Dredge, 2D RPG influenced by SMT. Honestly, honorable mentions, Space Funeral should be on there. Elephantasy was pretty good. Pizza Tower was whatever. I really don't understand the hype for Pizza Tower. I'll give you that much. But there just weren't that many games that I just didn't like. You know, I play a lot of games. Murder Dog 4, Trial of the Murder Dog, Copy Selection, Tab Paste. I didn't play that many bad games. Dredge, I'll tell you what I like about Dredge. I liked the vibes. I love the vibes of Dredge. I wish that it stayed longer before you had literally everything given to you. I think that game works better when, like, you know, the nighttime is, you know, I think it just works better in the early game, and as you get further out and out and out, it just becomes a bit of a chore, in a sense. That's what my final take on Dredge. I love Dredge, don't get me wrong, it's just I also, you know. Another game that I played this year that I just am not going to mention is Mario Wonder. I had a great time playing Mario Wonder. Was Live Alive 2023? No, Live Alive was 2022 for sure. I don't know if he's finished it yet. Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoy Dredge for, like, how it presents itself as a world. What I don't enjoy about Dredge is the end of it is... Oh, is this a trailer? Yeah, I got you. I'll watch this. I'll watch this right now. Forget 12 Angry Men. Thank you for that. That was awesome. Yo, this just popped up. Everybody should be watching this, by the way. If you've ever touched Super Mario Sunshine once in your life, you should be watching Average Trey's like highlights of him playing Kaizo Mario Sunshine, because it is the best fucking YouTube content that exists right now, and I'm dead serious. Just as an aside, that was sick. How you doing, Thomas? Hope you're well. Skip the song. I'm tired of it. I also appreciate that you prepared all this. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the appreciation. I did have a lot of this written down, but a lot of this was very last minute because I just decided out of nowhere that I was going to do this. Just like pushed myself to do it. I'm just gonna grab a couple more clips here, just the ones that I think are the funniest. We'll do with this one first because it's TF2. You gotta do it. So, okay, time to go. Later. Oh my god. Get him out of here, man. Fucking owned his ass. But then it gets better. Oh, he's so pissed too. Congrats on hitting your first air shot, babe. Clip it. That's so fucking funny, man. He's so mad. Just in case you missed it. Time to go. He's pissed because he just turned on crits and he lost them. Unfortunate for him that I am literally better. Let's do this one next. Sure. So to explain what's happening here, this is RE randomizer where I had the enemies randomized. So all the assets are all the enemies are randomized, basically. Such a good clip, man. That was so sick, man. She's invisible because she's a different enemy, and she's picking up Jessica Trevor, her mom's skull. But that's anyway. Here's another one from RE. Who is it? It's a shark. Hey, y'all. I do love this one as well. Funny seeing you here. What the fuck? You can do that to me? Where am I? Hello? What the hell? Holy hell. Shit out of me, man. Oh, fuck. Who is it? It's a shark. Just getting grabbed like that is insane. Funny seeing you here. There I go. Here's one from last year. It says, I think this may have been the 29th of December. Oh fuck, it's over. It's genuinely Oh fuck, why do I make all these noises, man? I make so many noises. Here's one where I was originally going to drink a beer every time someone says darkness, and water every time somebody says heartless, but it very quickly just turned into drinking every time they said darkness because I didn't want to drink that much water. So
they've been secret because they've never been connected until now. When the Heartless came,
Oh, Heartless, let's
everything
go.
changed.
The Heartless? The ones who attacked you. You remember?
Those without hearts.
Hearts!
The darkness in people's hearts.
Darkness!
That's what attacks them.
There is darkness
Hearts!
within every heart.
Darkness!
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
Oh, Lord. Hearts! Good God.
Am Sam?
He was studying the Heartless.
Heartless, I gotta get another
He
water!
recorded all of his findings in a very... They've been secret.
Yeah, no, I would have died if I kept doing that. Here's a good one from like 2 months ago. Big fan of this one. We're just going through them. There's like, these aren't even the ones that I wanted to get to, really. Don't worry, I'm saving the best for last, yet again. Sometimes it's just funny to play TF2. That one is good though. That's a classic.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Fucking funny, man.
Oh. I gotta stop. I gotta come up with more terms to use for things that are funny. That's a guy on my team, except he's a spy for the enemy team. I'm not explaining how to play TF2. Alright. This one I will explain. We were talking about story games, and I was getting mad that people were implying that certain games that are not story games, they aren't, are story games, because there has to be like a build-up, a climax, and then like a follow-through, you know? And so I was explaining that, and they were bringing up examples of story games. Anyway, I saw this clip and I just thought it was fucking, I forgot this happened. Halo, in each individual Halo game, boom, 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 happening in every single one. Not every story has to be based on a chart taught to 4th graders. Your disparaging nonsense does not affect me. Fuck you. Anyway, as I was... Halo... They're good, man. Oh, shit. So happy with myself to not have to look up the definition of disparaging before I said that. I knew that shit was an adjective the entire time. Easy. God. Off the dome, too. It does not affect me. Visibly affected. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself the thing that you want to believe, alright? Just, you know, in general. Here's another one from Kingdom Hearts. This one's entitled, That Was the Joke. Alright, there you go. That's the joke. I hope you're all happy with that. That was the joke. Damn, dude, his set is fucking crazy. Do you see that footwork? Oh my god. He's going fucking insane in the circle. Crazy stuff. Here's the other one from Kingdom Hearts. What the hell? He just fucking swag walked on me. Oh lord. Did you see that shit? I did, man, yeah. He really did swag walk on me. What the hell? It's the cute song giving. Here's one. Oh god. All right, these are like the top 3 for me. I think in general, not all of these have like a good title, but that's not anybody's fault but mine. This one I titled because I clipped it, entitled Yeezy Taught Me. This one is from like last month. These are like the best, like I think these are the top 3 like funniest clips of the last year. Just in case you were curious. 22 months for drunkenly assault. So to explain that right there, it shouldn't need to be explained, but we were talking about the RuneScape music, and then somebody brought up that the guy who made most of the RuneScape music got 22 months for drunkenly assaulting like a 13-year-old. And here you go. Yeah, just watch the rest. 22 months for drunkenly assaulting. Oh shit, dude, I gotta remove all the RuneScape songs that I added to my fucking music playlist recently. I gotta remove all of them. Or can I like separate the art from the artist? Like, is that looked down upon nowadays? Like, is it looked down upon to separate the art from the artist these days, or what? Like, people used to say that for Kanye, but then like he became like an actual, you know, like Nazi. Everybody's secretly still listening to Devil in a New Dress, but they're not allowed to say it. The only thing that Yeezy taught her was how to do this. Am I right or am I right? Fucking Christ, man. Maybe the funniest joke I've made in a year, man. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh. Oh man. That one, in case you were curious, I didn't set up any of that. That was just me talking. That was just me speaking, and it led to that. And we all agreed that it was fine to do it because I had my arm bent, all right? Like, so it wasn't the actual thing. Anyway, that's here's one. This one, oh god, I love this one. Why is there that much Rule 34 of Nabbit? Hey, brother. Oh my god, man. It's just the way that it was said. Why is there that much? Like... Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, God, it really is so funny. That's a great question that we have all asked ourselves individually before. Great response, man. From myself. I give myself props on that one. Dude, I don't even know what my deal is when I play Mario, man. It's, you know what it is? It's because with every other game that I play, I try to give it like some semblance of respect, right? But so like I tend to try to focus on the game because I want to give the game the respect I think it deserves. When it comes to fucking Mario, dude, that shit doesn't need, it's Mario. It's like the most famous franchise of all time. It doesn't need my respect. And that's why I'm able to just like kind of go off on the rails. But you're right though. Those streams were good. I'm a big fan. This one is easily my favorite. I fucking didn't even know this was clipped until I went back later and I saw it. And I'm obviously playing Suika game right here, but it's entitled HBox Fans: All right? And it's easily the funniest shit of all time to me. Like let him rest, man. Let him rest. I'm begging you to let him rest. The whole combo relies on letting them rest. Oh, let him. It's so fucking funny, man. It's so fucking funny. Oh man. And all I have to, and I just the context is that HBox is like one of the best melee players of all time, and he plays Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff's combo is up throw rest, like the just a really just seeing that later fucking caught me so off guard. It was unreal. And that is all of the clips. And at this point in time, I think we've talked about everything. Why were you saying in that the context of that was that I was placing down like an orange. I was placing down a fruit that needed to rest before the next chain reaction happened. And what happened was it all happened too fast, and then as a result, they combined together and they shot one of the fruit up and made me lose. If that makes any sense. So I was upset because it was a really good run that got owned because of the game not letting it rest, basically. So, yeah, that's my list. Thank you all, by the way. I'm gonna change this because I need something a little bit better for this. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all, not just for this stream. I'm not sure if I'm even done yet. I gotta take a break here pretty quick if I'm not done. But thank you all for being here, not just for the stream, but for the last year or even longer. I am very, very grateful and glad that people show up to my silly little stream where I play silly little video games and talk a little. And I appreciate all the support over the years, especially last year. Yeah. Not to be all sappy, I guess. But, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to mention. I have so many games I'm looking forward to. And again, thank you all for hanging out like this last year. I'm not gonna overstay this. I don't think there's enough time to really start anything right now, sadly. Yeah. I want to thank Bawls for sponsoring the stream. I want to thank Bawls for giving me something to drink. I'm very thirsty. Thank you, Bawls. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. This was cool. Again, if you are interested and are not already, I only do this like once a year because I hate doing it. If you're interested in joining the Discord and chatting more with various freaks, various freaks and contrarians, feel free to join us at the Discord, where we speak once a week about extremely niche things. But most importantly, if you want to recommend like video games, just post them there and I will see them for once. I love to play, I need to play so many different PS1, PS2, Dreamcast, Saturn games, etc. I think that's everything I gotta say. Thank you all. I hope this was cool. I'll be back with real gaming next time. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing. I might even do a funny poll because I genuinely don't know what to play. But yeah. Thank you all for being here.